All right, here we go. We would like to play first, however, we would not like to play with this hand. I'm going to mulligan this one down. This looks much better. We get to just go on the Tarmogoyf plane at least. I think we will keep that. Eternal One is just such good value. We'll go ahead, play this. Let's see, we're going to draw a Misty. So I might just fetch for a basic mountain here on our main phase, because I want to draw the land. But I also don't want to do excessive damage to myself against Jund. So I think I'm just going to go basic mountain, basic forest, play the Goyf, and then we'll have blue. We have to, yeah, this will be fine. We'll still be able to cast everything we want to cast. It's a small Goyf, but we actually get to play, a little fast and loose with the Goyf because of the Eternal Witness. Not very often, I think, you see a Tarmogoyf cast off of a basic mountain and a basic forest, mountain forest. And this is the land you expect to see Goyf. Okay, so we're in a good spot here. We can't Goyf trade, so Goyf lock engaged, but we can't Thirst for Knowledge at the end of his turn, which is pretty good. Or we can just play out another Tarmogoyf. Or we can play an Eternal Witness and get a land, but I think we're against Jund here, so we're going to be in this one for the long haul. I think we're just going to pass with the Mana Leak open, as well as the Thirst for Knowledge. And if you play something we care about, like Liliana, we can Mana Leak it, and if not, we can Thirst for Knowledge at the end of the turn. He would like to Abrupt Decay our thing. Sure. Totally fine with this. Alright, let's get some card advantage. Interesting. How many of these do I want to discard? I think we want the Dismember to just kill his Goyf. I think that we want to Eternal Witness Loop. I actually think I want to pitch the Cryptic. Cryptic would be great, however, we're not enormously near casting it. I think just parading E-Witnesses into Goyfs is probably going to be the way to win here. Maybe pitching Mana Leak is a good idea too. I mean, we have to pitch 2 of them, so yeah, we'll try this. There's a lot of different arguments, but against Jund, I just want as much value as possible, and that's just a parade of Eternal Witnesses, I think. Okay, so we can Goyf and Dismember. Seems like a plan. Certainly coming out worse in the life loss department, but I think we're setting ourselves up pretty well for the long game here with the Witnesses. Now, if he does just untap into a Liliana, that would be annoying. I would probably E-Witness back a land. Have to hurt ourselves some more, but then bolt the Liliana to death. Opponent has quite a few cards. This was not card advantage, by the way, because we did not have the clutch Aether Vial off of it. Oh, it's annoying. Yep. One time no Liliana. Kitchen Finks, okay. Yep. That one I am fine with. Spell Snare. Okay. I think that we will just E-Witness back the land so that we can cast one of these if we really need to. But no, we just need to turn back Eternal Witness. Slower here, but worth it. Just have the Eternal Witness train going. This card's very difficult for Jund to beat if they can't just kill you, which is why I'm going to... I don't want to beat with my Tarmogoyf, because I don't want him to just bolt my E-Witness or something and get in. I mean, I feel like with the E-Witness in hand, we're certainly set up for the long game better than he is. Then again, if we are going to attack with Goyf, this is the turn to do it, because we'd only be taking 4 at max. Yeah, we'll get in there. This turn, he can't activate and bolt, but next turn he could activate and bolt. So if he chooses to just go in on the Ravine. Now, if he just attacks, we'll take this trade. And he gets his Sphinx back. Sure, we get to E-Witness back our E-Witness. Just keep the train going. Now if he follows up Liliana, that'd be rough. All right, just a Goyf. Interesting. Do we attack? I mean, if we attacked and he blocked, we'd get to get this sweet 3-for-1 with the Electrolyze. But there's just he just takes it and then cracks us back for 1,000,000. So I think we're just gonna stay on the stay on target here with the Witness plan. And we'll just settle in for the long game here, content in the fact that Electrolyze will win the Tarmogoyf War for us when it comes down to it, and we have other good cards in hand. Obviously, we're choked on mana, so that's going to be the important thing, is that something like that doesn't happen, because now we're going to take 8. I was going to say, if we can get through another turn, we're going to be in good shape, but now we're in much less good shape, as it turns out. Yep. Yep, but we're not going to be able to bolt it because we never had lands. I think we have to do this. Take 8. Oh my gosh. Well, we needed to draw lands at some point to win the game. And I don't think we can win now. Can't pay for Dismember. Can't bolt the Ravine. Maybe I was supposed to chump block. I don't think there's any line there. We just needed him to not have double Tarmogoyf, double Decay. The second, like if that second Decay doesn't come down, I think we win that game pretty easily. But you know, that was the key turn, and he had the key spell, and now I don't think we have any outs. Never. That's fine. He's just going to attack with 2 things. We can only deal with one of them. We're dead. All right. All right, Jund. I might actually board out the Aether, pull the Merfolk plan, board out the Aether Vials. Get in the Glenalandra. I actually think this is pretty good against a number of his counter spells. And it hits a Liliana or something in the late game. I think the Thirsts are less good, but we have a room for them. Maybe we still play some Vials here. Molten Rain, I'm tempted to do it. I don't think it's correct though, so just go ahead. I guess we'll play with some Vials. I wasn't sure if we want them or not. We'll just board out and Electrolyze. Well, Electrolyze hits Bob. Board out a Mana Leak. Okay. Not positive the exact way to sideboard. Haven't played a ton of this deck. Been playing it for a few days here, but I'm not a pro at it by any means, and it's a fairly complicated deck. But I feel okay. Usually, like when you're playing Merfolk, you board out Vials against Jund because you just kind of want to play the long game with them. I think that in this case we can actually tempo them out pretty well because we have real counter spells, which Merfolk does not. So we'll see. Also, you know, once you take those out, you have to take out Thirst for Knowledges, and then you're actually giving up card advantage. And the Thirst for Knowledge is something that helps remove the dead drawness of the Aether Vial. So I may have made up the word dead drawness, but anyways, it's a way to mitigate it, so I think that there's value, and you know, there's reasonable defense for still playing all of it here. We have a lot of very good cards against him. That game was basically he aggroed us out, which Jund doesn't do very often, and we couldn't come up with the removal and or more importantly the lands. You know, maybe one of those Eternal Witnesses could have just got a land, but even then I don't know that we would have been in a ton better shape. We would have had the bolt for the Ravine. This one seems reasonable. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer there. It's hard to turn down just the value of Eternal Witnessing Eternal Witness, because it will basically put you in the driver's seat to win that long game against Jund, and he just happened to have the you know, the aggro start that kept us from doing that. So I think both of these look fine to me. Okay, we want to draw our next card, so maybe I'll just play this out there. We can threaten counterspell. See what he follows. See if he has the... Okay, nothing, huh? So it's just got to be a Liliana coming down here. Well, Liliana will certainly be very good against us, but we can... If he taps out for it, we can play this... Yeah, this is fine, though, because if he does tap out for it, we'll just play a no-value Snapcaster Mage. Or maybe we just Snapcaster, because we don't have a counterspell. So we could just Snapcaster the Serum Visions. And then if he does play Liliana and minuses it, we can finish it off with an Electrolyze after that. But at this point, he'd be discarding, something relevant as well. And I actually feel like pretty okay if in trading discards, and we'd still be able to kill it. And if he doesn't have that, then we don't have to burn our Snapcaster, and we may just be able to dismember something. Allows us to be a little more greedy with our fetch as well and go get a shock land. Just a Goyf, actually. Okay, great. All right, let's take care of this thing. Goyf down. Go get our breeding pool, I believe is the one we're going to want here. Yeah, so we can fetch the basic mountain after that and still have triple blue, sure. I may just take advantage of the fact he's tapped out to just slam a Hunt Master, because Hunt Master is good against all the things he could have. This is very good against Liliana. He needs like Liliana Bolt, something like that, at which point we can just electrolyze him. He must just have a bunch of removal in his hand. That would explain why he did very little. So he's just sitting on removal spells, and we hadn't really given him targets. So we've certainly given him targets now, but it's 2 targets. Wow, he does have... It's the Liliana for not too much value. Yeah, sure. Wolf down. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's in trouble here. And now we get to the beautiful point of the game where we can just pass the turn with 3 things that are essentially instants up. Oh, no. I want to attack him. There we go. Misclicked that one. We can use our trigger to take down the Liliana in his upkeep. Okay, I would like to redirect it. Yes. All right, Liliana down. Now, maybe his plan's to follow up with a second Liliana here. I don't really... His plan's to do nothing, huh? All right, we'll click him. This might prompt an action. Might even consider Snapcastering for no value to reset this. It depends how he boarded, which we'll get to see here. Obviously, he's sitting on some sort of sweeper. We don't want to put a bunch of 2/2s on the field, but let's take a look at his hand. No responses, huh? Well, yeah, we were right. It's a bunch of removal. I'm actually going to take the Inquisition because I have a lot of cards I do not want him to Inquisition. And I mean, he can kill both our guys. That's fine. We'll just get him back with Snapcaster Mage or Eternal Witness. I mean, we could have also just left him the Inquisition, but just gonna Eternal Witness back Huntmaster. Yeah, he's got a bunch of 1/1 removal spells, but those are not very good against the Eternal Witness Huntmaster loop. It's a lot of creatures we're putting on the board. Okay, so we know he has an Abrupt Decay, a Terminate, and an Unknown over there. 2 unknowns, of course, because... And is it another Liliana? Oh, it's his own Huntmaster. Interesting. Okay, I'd like to draw a land, I think. Did not draw a land. This is fine, though. We can electrolyze it, and then Eternal Witness back. We'll see what we draw off of it first, I guess. Alright, Huntmaster down. We drew a Tarmogoyf. So as it stands right now, we have Snapcaster Dismember up on his turn. But I think it's probably better to just play a Tarmogoyf, to be honest. I'm not trading so that Liliana doesn't blow us out, but just getting the Goyf on the field I think is going to be probably our best bet. He found his 4th land. That's fine. It's got to go at some point. It's coming right back with Eternal Witness, I promise you that. Well, I could Eternal Witness, but that loop got us in trouble last game. I will decline to make that choice right now. I'll just take it. Alright, so he's got a Terminate left in hand. He's got his own Tarmogoyf, sure. It's actually not dismemberable for what it's worth. Okay, so let's get our Eternal Witness out here. Guess it's probably pretty important that we leave ourselves red mana, huh? Eternal Witness back the Goyf. Play the Huntmaster. Alright, we got a big board here. He has a Tarmogoyf and we know he has a Terminate, so he can take down our Goyf. So that's kind of annoying, but we have so many good draws at this point in the game, and we have this Snapcaster. You know, basically hitting a Cryptic at any point would just be insane. I think I'm just going to, at this point, I'll take this because we may be able to just pass. He has Terminate. I mean, we're the ones who have more advantage out of this, and so we actually can ping this thing off. So I may just be fine taking the 2 here rather than throwing an Eternal Witness under the bus and then losing the possible value on that. I think that this is okay. I would also like to preserve as much board state as possible and make things like Cryptic better. Okay, that's fine. He drew a Bolt, so he's got to Terminate in something. Alright, double Goyf is pretty good. Yep, let's get on in there. Goyf number 1. And Goyf number 2. We can still Snapcaster Dismember if we need to. Although I may be more apt to, just depending on what we draw next turn, Snapcaster Serum Vision. Serum Vision and go try to, you know, if we can stabilize the board, which we have done. Yeah, okay, let's see what we draw. Alright, so this is where the question comes in. Do we want to Snapcaster Serum Visions? And I think we do, because we don't know what his last card is, but he couldn't even attack. So I think, you know, we're obviously in this top decking war at this point. Rather than try to hold this for something that we don't have, let's just make sure we actually draw cards to get ahead on board and kill him. Possible that this is not correct, but I feel pretty good about this play. Because, I mean, we're not really getting anything out of the... You know, we could electrolyze the wolf and see one more card, but I'd rather, you know, have access, you know, we're controlling like 3 cards here. Well, I guess we're cycling and drawing. Okay, well, those are good cards, so... would like to draw the... I think we'd actually like the Thirst first here. We will hold the... Oh, no more sorceries, so Goyf's got smaller. Okay. Which means that next time Caster and Dismember may actually get rid of his, but we'll hold the Spell Snare up here for anything he draws that's relevant. We'll hold the Coverline Gorge in hand to discard to the Thirst for Knowledge. Opponent's flooding out pretty hard. He does have the Ravine, though. Right, well, that's not something we can Spell Snare, but it's also not that scary. Just go ahead and pass. I mean, we're the ones who have the Eternal... This is where that Eternal Witness Cryptic command loop late game would be extremely relevant if we can find one. In the meantime, I'm happy with the board stall. Spell Snare will take care of anything but another Abrupt Decay. Liliana be marginally annoying, but we're about to draw a bunch of cards with Thirst for Knowledge. And see where we go. Well, he's just always got them, huh? We're not going to be able to do anything about it. Okay, so we're going to Thirst into our Snapcaster here. Oh, nice. Did it. And I will Snapcaster back the Dismember. Oh, it's a 5/6 because we discarded the artifact, though. That's fine. There's really nothing around that, though. Let me see here. I mean, we can still do that. That's fine. Go ahead and Snapcaster. Target Dismember. Move to blocks. Put a Snapcaster on this. Put an E-Witness here. And I think this is fine. Now the question... Oh, he has no cards in hand, so I can just make this play. I was going to say, we could, if he had a card in hand, then we would just go ahead and let the Goyf feed our Snapcaster and then Dismember it. But given that he does not, and he can't do anything about this, we'll just eat his Goyf. Alright, so we're starting to clear his board out a little bit. We're sitting on some counter spells. Incidentally, in a weird situation, this might actually be the most relevant threat. We're going to go ahead and get his draw step here. I'm going to go ahead and serve with one Snapcaster. Now we could V-click ourselves and get rid of, but I think our cards are fine. I mean, the Remand's the worst one, but even it is fine. I mean, we just may as well tax him while we cycle it, you know, rather than just cycle it with our V-click. No, you can have that. I'll just remand it, or I won't. I mean, I don't even know. Is it worth cycling here? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is, because it means he can't activate his Raging Ravine. Sure. Well, I guess we're punished, but I mean, there's so many not 2-drops we could draw there. Yeah. We could draw any not 2-drop or 3-drop, and it's fine. And even if we do, in theory, like the Spell Snare is still a good card, so he's only taking one good card from us. Unfortunately, the card he took happened to be basically our best card, but it's fine. We have the Vindoing Clique beatdown. We have a Spell Snare for his next threat. I think we take out his Sphinx. I'm not ready to... Going to 6 is a little dangerous, but I'm not ready to give up my E-Witness yet in case we draw a Cryptic. We might flood on out of this game. May I say that? We're in a dominating board state. This card does scare me. I'm not going to play the Misty because what I'm going to do is get in here with this. And then next turn if he comes in we can double block this. And go to 4, which is not 3. I don't want to go into bolt range. We just have to draw one of the million value cards in our deck. Basically, he has very few ways to kill us with this. Because we have the Spell Snare, which he does know about. Okay. I guess if it's a literal bolt, we're in trouble, but... Okay, we got it off the field. Now... Oh no, what a good draw. Come on, deck. Oh, we've drawn so badly. Alright, I can't attack anymore. These counter spells are good. I mean, the Mana Leak's not great, but it's fine. It would have been fine even... God, it'd be fine in so many points of this game. Yep. We might die. We're very much dead now. We have one draw step. We have so many good draws, but we've had so many good draws and whiffed on like 4 in a row, so... Oh, we're actually dead because it's a because it has trample. So we have to block here. Otherwise we would be dead. Maybe we should have just traded with that wolf forever ago. Alright, here we go. Okay, we gotta keep trying, I guess. Alright, we're back in the game. I'd like to discard this card and this card. Alright, let's see what we can do here. This is Cryptic. So this is Cryptic plus Bolt. No reason to see our visions here. We have Cryptic plus Bolt. Alright, let's see if we can do it. That's really annoying. Well, we have to counter it, right? I guess we don't have to. Let's think. We don't have to counter this because if he takes the lightning bolt, then... If he takes the lightning bolt, then we can bounce his treetop, but we can't kill it. If he takes the Cryptic, we can bolt the treetop. I think I'm just going to counter it, though. I'm going to counter bounce. We can counter draw and bolt this. Yeah, let's just counter draw. Counter bounce is sort of tempting, but we're going to have to deal with the treetop in a more permanent way anyway, so let's go ahead and try to find some more cards. Now, we don't beat a lightning bolt if he has that to follow up, but we couldn't beat that anyways. If he just responds with bolt, if his last, which he apparently is. No, he's not. Okay, can't beat that. Ah, it's so unlucky. Alright, well, it was a good match. His final 2 draws were K-Command into a spell to protect K-Command. And we we just got there too late. I mean, we just drew 2 mini lands in a row, but either way, it was a good match.